Logan Paul apparently feels sorry for his scam project CryptoZoo. Why, you might ask? Only cause he got caught, and in this video you're gonna find out why I believe that to be the case. So Logan Paul just dropped his highly anticipated third response video to Coffeezilla's 3-part video series accusing him of scamming his viewers with his crypto NFT project CryptoZoo. And now we are going to cover everything he said and what information he deliberately refused to tell his fans about. Alright, so let's recap for a quick second here just to make sure that we're all on the same page again. So Logan Paul dropped his response video to the allegations on January 3rd. Now I covered this honestly terrible response in my own video last week, and basically every YouTuber called Logan Paul out on his lies, and essentially releasing this response only made things even worse for Logan Paul, which is why soon after he ended up deleting it and privately apologizing to Coffeezilla, while simultaneously announcing a third response video on his CryptoZoo Discord, which after some weirdly long waiting time finally dropped yesterday, or I guess a few days ago from when you're seeing this. Before we actually watch it, we gotta remember what he needs to address here. Firstly, he obviously needs to apologize for the CryptoZoo game not working and therefore scamming his fans, cause he had promised that this game could make the money, and since the game was non-functional, they had no way to make money and he essentially scammed them. Then he obviously needs to apologize directly to Coffeezilla for trying to slander his reputation. Additionally, he also needs to offer a full refund for the victims. Then he needs to address that he slandered CryptoZoo developer Zach in his response. By the way, this information only came out like a couple of days ago, so I didn't include it in my last video on Logan Paul, but it has now been confirmed for those that are still unaware that Logan Paul lied about developer Zach only having 3 employees, because he does have over 30 people working for him, and Logan Paul effectively doxed him by releasing his criminal record, despite that record already being cleared. Like, he had his record expunged, because the crimes committed there were minor and happened over 20 years ago. So Logan Paul actually ruined this guy's life, because everybody thinks of him as a criminal now, despite him officially by law not even being one. So Logan Paul definitely needs to set the record straight on that. Now he also needs to address his lies and scams regarding the Ding Dong scam, plus his other failed NFT projects, like for instance the Pokemon card NFT thing and the Moment NFT stuff, and explain why he lied about the art for CryptoZoo being hand-drawn when in reality it was just AI combined stock photos. And finally, he also needs to address the screenshots of him and his friends conspiring to manipulate the market with CryptoZoo. Now let's see what he actually addresses here. By the way, this wasn't even uploaded on his main channel, but on his second channel with only a 1/5 of the main channel's subscriber base. So that makes this already a very bad look for Logan Paul.
Coffeezilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project.
Okay, so first of all, he now publicly apologized to Coffeezilla, which was long overdue in my opinion, and overall that's definitely something positive. But then the second part is where he loses me. He's saying he never scammed anyone, and it's like, even if we give you the benefit of the doubt and say you had no intention of ever scamming anyone, you still got people to buy into this project by promising that they could sell their pictures and make money, and nobody was able to make any money because no one could actually sell their animals. That's objectively a scam where you directly lied to your viewers. And I'm not even gonna touch on how deliberately and obviously you scammed your viewers with your other project, Ding Doink. Ding Doink, you're my favorite con. So no, Logan Paul, you scammed many people and you are definitely a scammer and grifter.
I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward. Step 1, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens so we have no financial upside in the game, and it will add value to holder tokens. Step 2, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially you're going to be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB.
Now I want to really focus on this here real quick because a lot of people didn't catch that. Logan Paul is saying he will refund the people who invested in CryptoZoo but are disappointed, because obviously the game doesn't even work. Every investor is at the very least disappointed. So Logan wants to refund these people who now want to get out of this project by giving them the opportunity to sell for the price that they bought at, that being 0.1 Ethereum. Now what a lot of people don't actually realize is that the vast majority of people people that bought into this project did so in September 2021, when the price for 1 Ethereum was at 3,900, but right now it's roughly a third of that, meaning that Logan Paul's quote-unquote refund is not a full refund at all, but people at most can get 1/3 of their investment back, which in my personal opinion, that's not enough. Now, a lot of people are going to counter this argument by saying, well, it's not Logan Paul's fault that the price of Ethereum crashed, because that would have happened regardless. And I do understand where that thought process comes from, but what you gotta take into account is that it didn't crash immediately. It crashed like at the start of 2022, right? So there's around 3 months in 2021 where any investor should have been able to either make or possibly also lose money on CryptoZoo by playing the game and selling the cards. But nobody was able to do that because the game didn't work. So logistically, people could argue, well, I would have made 100,000 bucks if the game was functional. Or others could counter that by saying, no, you would have lost 10k on it. But there's no way to tell because the game didn't work. So like the bare minimum Logan has to do here, in my opinion, is refund everyone at the price they bought in at. So what I would do if I was Logan Paul, I would be like, okay, you bought this while Ethereum was worth 4k. You should get your 4k back. And if you bought in while it was at 2k, you should get 2k back. Like, you get the point here. But Logan gives everyone universally 1.5k, which in my opinion and in my mind is just not enough.
And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function.
Okay, so I don't actually care about this point all that much. I mean, if I was Logan Paul, I definitely would have just cancelled the game and refunded everybody, but I don't really mind if he finishes the game either, as long as he, you know, refunds the people that want to get out. But if you are one of the CryptoZoo holders, I would definitely advise you to just partly regain your losses and get your money back, because CryptoZoo is most likely not going to turn into a success, since there's been an overwhelming collapse on the worth of crypto and NFTs as a whole, and there's just all this bad press surrounding CryptoZoo. So if you're a holder and don't want to get a refund but instead actually believe in this project, I don't know what to tell you. You are too naive for this earth.
There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community.
Okay, so I don't trust this statement at all. This smells like a load of bullshit. The last time an influencer investigated themselves was when last year Misleading got investigated by his own organization Offline TV due to sexual assault cover-up allegations. And that led to a statement a few months later where the organization said basically, well, we could find no evidence of any wrongdoing. That whole line of thinking pissed me off so much when the Misleading thing happened, and it's the same with Logan Paul. In a few months he'll be releasing a statement on Twitter being like, oh yeah guys, by the way, I investigated myself and I could find no evidence of any wrongdoing here, so actually I'm completely innocent. Because if there's somebody I can trust, it's gotta be myself, right? Like, I don't understand how Logan Paul can sit here and say he's gonna investigate the situation when he obviously is like the main culprit. Who else would be the main culprit if not Logan Paul, the guy that came up with the whole project in the first place? Surely he would need to be investigated by someone else. So then he ends the video by apologizing.
I'm sorry guys, I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me.
Again, like, it's a good thing he's apologizing, but I definitely won't trust this guy ever again. Like, he can definitely not be trusted in my opinion. He scammed his viewers multiple times. Don't trust him on anything. At least he's apologizing, I'll give him that, because he didn't say sorry once in his initial video, but don't ever forget he's only apologizing because he got caught. Don't be mistaken, if Coffeezilla never released this video series, Logan Paul would have never apologized. In fact, he would have never even addressed it and swept it under the rug. I know that for a fact, so when you hear him say sorry, remember that he's sorry because he got caught. Alright, so let's review our little paint.net file from the start of this video, shall we? Overall, he did not address the vast majority of points listed on here, and he only did the refund thing kinda half-heartedly, because in my eyes it's not a full refund, even though some people might disagree with me on that. But considering how much stuff he still has yet to address or apologize for, I can feel confident in saying I don't accept this half-hearted PR team scripted apology video, and neither should you, especially if you yourself are a victim of CryptoZoo or any of his other scams for that matter. because he definitely didn't do enough here. I mean, this is an uncut 2-minute video and it took like over a week for it to come out, so there's definitely a lot of stuff going on that he's still hiding from the general public. Now there's one other question that some people might be interested in, that being, do I think that this apology is genuine? And since this apology comes from Logan Paul, the clear answer here is no. I think Logan Paul's first response was probably his genuine and real reaction to this whole situation unfolding, because he probably really believes that he did not scam anyone, because he's delusional and he has surrounded himself with a bunch of yes men. But since the first response backfired, I think that PR teams and public pressure forced him to do the second one, even though he really didn't want to do this. But he kind of had to, because essentially he himself only cares about himself. And that's my honest opinion, so I don't believe this was genuine at all. But yeah, please tell me in the comments what you think about this and I'll see you around.